right, everybody take some deep breaths.
So that was embarrassing. Getting locked into your bathroom.
Yeah, you got to start off, it's keeping you on your toes.
Jesus, man. What
yeah,
the
we almost
hell?
wouldn't be able to do this today if that was the case. If you were in there for all night.
Oh, man, that would have sucked. I'm going to the bathroom, and I lock the door, and then the lock snaps, and I can't open the door.
Had to ask my neighbor for a screwdriver, but we got him out, thankfully.
Oh, man, that fucking...
Thanks to Mrs. Moist.
I think...
Or Ms. Moist.
Ms. Moist.
Ms.
And so... If I couldn't have gotten out of there, I probably would have had to call like on Skype and do this that way.
That would have been funny though. Like you're on the toilet the whole time, just like Skyping.
All right. That would be hilarious.
Well, glad you got out now. So
yeah, sorry about your door.
It's fine. I need to replace.
We actually had to take the door off the hinges.
Stupid.
Like the Hulk just break through the door.
Miss Moy's just like fucking kicked in the door.
Like
no one locks up Johnny but me.
I got this.
Oh my god.
All right, so I'm Johnny Zuko here with my co-host Elysa, and we are gonna talk about what happens when the end of the world goes down at midnight
in the 80s.
On Christmas.
Around Christmas.
I thought it was Christmas.
No, I actually looked it up because there's been trivia like, on the radio announcement it says, there's only 11 days till Christmas shop or get your Christmas shopping.
That's a recorded though. That's recording. That's a recording.
But then she's there the 18th, right? Or the 14th of December at the theater overnight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, because it even says it right there.
But this could totally be a Christmas movie though. Like you could watch.
It's like Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
I don't care what anyone says. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is.
You want to say something? Fight me.
I agree.
So we're talking about 1984's Night of the Comet, and honestly, like your other two movies, I watched the trailers for, and I was not looking into going. Like the trailers for The Fly 2 was okay.
Yeah.
Intrigued me. Antiviral trailer like blew me away. I thought that trailer was like fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And it just created this sense of atmosphere that you knew what you were going into. Mm-hmm. I watched the trailer for this, and oh my god.
It's campy, yeah.
It was bad. I'm like,
know.
Are you fucking serious?
That's the thing with a lot of these types, the trailer kind of like, what's that fucking noise?
So basically, the trailer is these two girls in the mall dancing, singing along to a campy 80s song.
Yeah.
I don't know what song it was, but it wasn't Girls Just Want to Have Fun. It was
Not
another
the trailer,
song.
it was something else.
It was something else. And
I don't remember.
I'm like, oh, man. No.
But they make it very, you know why I think that was the trailer? Because... So this one Night of the Comet came out in 1984. You had Valley Girl, which came out in 1983. So you had that kind of like Girl Valley kind of fun, vibe. So I think that's who they were trying to, that was like their target audience. Yeah. So I think that's why the trailer looked like that. But when you actually watch it, you're in for a little treat.
I'm like, wow. I could not stop laughing.
It's funny.
I don't even know if it was supposed to be funny or not, but I just could not stop laughing.
To me, this is like one of my favorite like fun films to watch. I just love this film so
This would
much.
be a good film to watch with a crowd, honestly.
Yeah, it would. Like a big audience. Yeah.
Yeah, this would totally kill in a crowd, honestly, I think. And the soundtrack was fucking great.
Soundtrack's great. It's not Cyndi Lauper singing Girls Just Want to Have Fun. It's someone else, but at least you still get that song.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it's another artist. It's not Cyndi Lauper.
It's not Cyndi Lauper? Mm-mm. It's a cover?
Mm-hmm. And I think maybe because their budget was low, so they couldn't... Cyndi Lauper was like...
I actually looked it up. The budget was $700,000.
Yeah, for the 80s, that's low.
And it made $14 million at the box office.
Yeah.
And overall, I mean, like $34 million. So
it did well, though.
It did okay.
Yeah.
It did okay. I'm not sure if it was number one that weekend, but,
It came out November, I think, of 1984.
Yeah, so it was November.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this movie. This was a fun movie. I was never bored.
Yeah.
I was laughing. There's a couple of good
There's
one-liners.
amazing one-liners in this movie.
Yeah, you don't need Chuck. Oh, what? You were born with an asshole, so you don't need Chuck.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And then she like hits her and punches her in the face.
Boom.
Like, what the fuck? So interesting.
That was back when you could beat your kids.
I know, right?
Even if they weren't yours.
Interesting fun fact, Joss Whedon was inspired by this movie and created Buffy. And Samantha was like the person that he did Buffy after.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I thought it was after Sarah Connor.
Well, I mean, this was like, the Night of the Comet was one of his main influencers to do Buffy.
Okay. Well,
so.
I could totally see that because the humor definitely resembles
And she's like a
Whedon's.
blonde cheerleader, but yet she wants an Uzi. Like, I don't know. It's so awesome.
Okay, so where the fuck did they get their guns?
So I don't know. And like, she
'Cause all
kept
of us-
saying her dad, she's like, our dad would have gotten us
Mac
Uzis.
10s.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Because all of a sudden they're in the radio station, and then it cuts to them shooting up a Cadillac. Like, is there like a scene missing in between there or something?
I don't think so. I maybe you don't need to know. You know, it's one of those things. But
I know there's just like a couple of things in there. It's just like, wait, what?
yeah, I know.
Because I watched
know.
this. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch like the actual movie. I watched this on Tubi, on Tubi TV, and they have
What's that?
ads.
Oh,
It's like free TV.
Okay.
So it's like Pluto TV.
Okay.
So it's like one of those apps where you can go in and watch TV and stuff, and they have ads on there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few things on there that kind of bug me. It's like, this doesn't seem right. I feel like there's something missing. I think they cut a couple scenes out. But then I remember I watched Sleepaway Camp on there, and they showed everything, including like the nudity and the blood.
So
and
what
curse.
scenes? Maybe I could help out. What scenes did you feel?
But I don't think. But that's why my point though, because I was
okay.
watching it on streaming TV and I
Yeah.
thought it was all cut, but it wasn't. I didn't realize till after the fact that this was a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, but I feel like they get away with a lot being PG-13.
Oh yeah, they do.
Right? Like they cuss a lot, and I don't know, like there's no nudity. I mean, you kind of see her nipples, like when she's having that dream sequence, but in that scene's so cool. She's in the bathroom and like the cop comes,
yeah.
so she kind of see like her nipples and stuff, but like there's not real nudity in this.
No, but there's blood.
There's
You
blood.
actually see like
Zombies,
like, the face peeling and shit. So they actually went a little further with this. That's what I
Yeah.
love about 80s PG-13 movies.
They get away with so much
It's
shit.
basically a rated R movie,
Yeah.
just like aimed for kids.
I kind of wish like this was rated R and they had more violence though. That's the only thing.
I think the only thing I wish there was more, and I think it would have been really appropriate, would have been language.
Yeah.
Because there's a scene where they're talking on the bridge, and she says, "Did you make it with him?" But then when she says it, it says like, "Did you fuck him?"
Yeah.
But then on her mouth, but the ADR is just so off that you can hear it. It's like, "What, did you make it with him?"
I know.
And her lips don't match up.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
So that could have been one of the, maybe it was R and they had to like, oh
Cut
no, we
that
can make
out.
it PG-13 if you say make it instead of fuck. So it could have been.
So
been, yeah.
So Night of the Comet. Sorry, we had to go right into it because this movie is wow. This is what happens when a comet comes close to Earth and everyone turns into red dust.
And did you know what the red dust was made out of?
Bricks.
Red brick. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I just love that. Like, to me, that scene. So, like, I guess we could, like, talk about what this is. But, so this starts off with Regina, who works at a movie theater. And you can already tell she's kind of rebellious because she's not listening to her boss. She's playing, like, arcade games in the theater.
In her uniform.
In her uniform, yeah. So she works at a theater, and her sister, who's like a cute cheerleader, is at home with the stepmom, and everyone is getting ready to watch this Comet event. It's like a huge deal.
It's a block party there.
Yeah, it's a block party. So everyone's like outside, like waiting for this to happen. And Regina, our main character, she doesn't care about it. She just wants to make it with this one guy that also works like in the projection room at the theater. So they like sleep together and they don't watch the comet. They're inside. And then the next day, Regina goes home and there's nobody in LA. And I love that scene because the air and the color outside, it's like a red orange.
Yeah.
And it's so creepy to me. And then she just sees like empty cars and like clothes everywhere and like just red dust. So as soon as she like gets home, she's like, "Where are the damn kids?" And so I just love that scene because, like, LA, I don't know, to have that be in LA, it's so, because LA is so crowded, there's so much traffic. So to have like nothing like that, I just thought that was really cool. I actually wish there were more scenes like that in the movie, but I know because of budget wise and it's so crowded.
But I think they try to get a lot of those sequences early. I noticed, and so that way when you go into like the radio station and to the mall, it's self-contained, which I noticed too, because there's a lot of set pieces that are really self-contained throughout this movie. It's not like a whole wide world that they can play in,
right? Because of people,
and budget too. It's just like I'm thinking, oh man, how much cooler would have been if they could have just gone like
imagine
big.
if they went to like down LA, like Sunset Strip, like really popular LA places. Like that would have been really cool. But I get it for budget wise, you know.
And so. Now, this is not your ordinary type of last people on Earth.
Right.
This is kind of like a parody on that, I feel.
It is,
I feel like this is like a parody of the Omega Man.
It is because it's two teenage girls. Two Valley girls, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's what I liked about it, because usually movies like the Doomsday type of films, I think this is labeled as a Doomsday film when you look it up. They're very serious. They're not fun, really. And they're always like a guy. There's always like a main man. So to have like two teenage Valley Girl chicks in this who are total opposite people, you know, like Regina's very strong-willed, Samantha's very like cheerleader, and I just want to have fun. So to have them be like the main characters in a Doomsday thing is just really hilarious and fun to me.
It is fun because those two really played well off of each other.
They did.
Like you can totally tell that there was like something there. There was like some chemistry there in their scenes.
Yeah.
You know, and Jeffrey Lewis is in this movie. That's a nice surprise.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a nice surprise. He's like the head doctor, the scientist in the think tank, and apparently these guys predicted the comet would show up.
The scientists.
And they said that they're gonna wipe out. The comet's gonna wipe out humanity, and we're gonna take survivors and whatever. And then the plot thickens when the scientist reveals they left the fucking fans open, and so now everyone else is infected.
So they're slow. They don't automatically turn into a zombie. They slowly turn into it. Like she even writes notes like memory loss, like things that are
and then she's
symptoms
misspelling.
that are happening. Yeah, she's misspelling words.
So, and
but they had cool jumps. They had cool jumpsuits, like their little outfits. I don't know. I thought those were really cool.
With the
scientists.
gray,
yeah.
It looked like something was working at a construction more than a scientist.
Little white belt. Yeah.
But I think this is not your ordinary Doomsday movie or zombie movie. Zombie movies don't like the zombies are not even prevalent in this movie.
There's very few of them, and but the ones that they do show are really cool. Like the homeless one in the beginning. That guy was homeless, right? The first one, behind the alley. Like he was creepy. That was a good makeup. And then like the cop
with the big white eyes.
Yeah,
like,
the cop zombies.
Oh, hold on, I want to talk about that.
Okay.
So in the beginning, she wakes up after making out with
making it
as they like to say it.
Yeah.
With the projection artist or the projectionist, she walks out and she's looking for him because earlier in the film he walks out and says, "Hey, I gotta go," and she says, "Hey, where's my $15?"
Yeah, that was funny.
Well, you know what? If the other guy comes back with the film, you tell him that you're pissed too. But I did you a favor.
Yeah.
And so he walks out and he gets killed by this homeless guy.
But you don't see that yet.
You don't see that, but he gets hit with the wrench.
Yeah.
So obviously he gets killed.
Yeah. He
gets dragged, and then she starts.
She's getting dressed. She's getting ready to like go home.
No. Okay, so in the beginning in the arcade, it's all her on her top scores.
Oh,
there's a DMK in number 6.
Well, don't give that away yet, though.
Okay, no. But there's a DMK in number 6, and she is livid.
Yeah, she's like, this is so annoying.
And so before she leaves the theater, she goes to the arcade.
Yeah.
And matches his score.
That's
or
right.
beats it by 1.
Yeah.
Says, bye, DMK. You're gone.
And it's Reg, R-E-G.
Yeah, and so then she walks out of the theater.
But that's the El Rey, by the way. The El Rey is like a super famous venue in Los Angeles. It used to be a theater, and now it's like a concert venue. So it's like a super popular spot in LA. Yeah.
And so she goes into the alley. She finds the motorcycle keys. She goes up to the bike. Homeless guy comes out.
Yeah.
And she's all, I know how to take care of myself, and throws the keys.
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty funny. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Well, I hope you can back that up. And what does she do? She fucking knees the shit out of this guy, hits him with a 2-punch combo, and then kicks him in the face.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then picks up the keys and then just jets off.
Just rides off.
So right off the bat, you know that this girl,
She's badass. Yeah, she kicks ass.
She can take care of herself.
Yeah,
and
and she did all her own stunts, by the way.
Oh,
Except the
really?
motorcycle part, yeah. So it's pretty cool.
I could probably see that. Well, I thought the motorcycle scenes were green screen because when she's riding down the strip,
there is
that scene where she's riding down in the LA Sky Strip, but in downtown,
Yeah,
it
downtown
looks green screened.
Yeah, but there's one part I think where she like speeds off fast and you can't really see her face. I think that's the part they're talking about. Like, oh, that's a stunt double.
But after
else
she
did
sees
her
the
own-
car.
Yeah.
Okay, then that would make sense.
Yeah.
So, fuck, where was I gonna go with that?
She rides off.
Okay,
motorcycle.
so but then it comes to find out that her dad is a Green Beret.
Yeah.
Or is it her dad?
I think he's a Green Beret. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, because
he is a Green Beret,
he's always
but
gone.
I don't know if because it comes out they're half sisters or they're stepsisters.
That wasn't clear to me. I don't know
Because
they
that's
call her
their stepmother.
that's their stepmom, but I don't know. No, I think they're real sisters because they both call her Doris.
But they don't look alike.
Unless
they're half sisters.
I don't know.
That would make sense.
It's not clear to me.
No,
I'm not sure because they both hate her. So I thought it was their stepmom.
Because because even Samantha calls dad, and she says that she even references in like the mall to like Hector that our dad taught us how to take care of ourselves. So yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I thought they were real the whole time.
Well, no, but that's my point. I'm saying like
the Green Beret thing.
Yeah. So you know that these girls can take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Because he taught his daughters how to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And so you never question their skills from that moment on.
Yeah, they're very like believable. It's not like, oh, they can't like, some films like, oh, it's not believable if the girl knows how to like do a certain like thing. This is believable to me.
Yeah, no, definitely because you see it early on in the film and it's referenced throughout the film. So they know how to handle themselves. They even know how to unload a gun and load a gun. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when Hector hands her the revolver, she checks it and she says, man, that's a dime store piece of shit. I don't want this. And she just gives it back to him. I was like, oh, all right.
Poor Hector.
Yeah, Hector kind of got a raw deal on this.
Well, he went on to do Star Trek Voyager, so I guess he's good.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was Captain Janeway's lieutenant, I think. Yeah. I think he was. It has to do with the tribal.
That's right. Yeah.
So where do you want to start? I know we're jumping all over the place with this film.
Well,
but
okay.
there's just so much.
There's so much, but it's such a fun film. But my favorite characters in this were the stock boys at the mall. Oh my god, I love these guys. These guys are so cool, and his voice. So like they go to the Sherman Oaks Galleria. It's a real mall. It's where Valley Girl was shot. I've been to that mall when I lived down there. So it's a real mall, and that's like where all the Valley Girls would go. So they go there to shop, and you hear like girls just want to have fun. It's a really cute scene. They're like trying on outfits, they're dancing, they're running around the mall. Totally what, a teenage girl would do if this really happened, no one's there, I'm going to go and have fun. So they're like, there's all this fun, but then you see the camera, and then you see like this guy with sunglasses on. And, okay, this guy, something's up with this guy. Like, you can tell something's about to go down. So then things go down. So these stock boys that were, you don't see their faces really because they're wearing sunglasses, all of them. But something's up. So they're all like after the two girls. And then like they capture the girls, right? And then you see the guy take his sunglasses off and he's slowly becoming a zombie. Yeah. Like that makeup was cool. But his voice was, I don't know, I really liked his voice because he's got these great one-liners like, I'm not crazy, I just don't give a fuck. And then what else does he say? He says like, I think this is the end, girls. I really do. But he just has like that fun voice, So I wanted more of those guys. I wish they were in it a little more.
I kind of wish they had a little bit a bigger part.
Yeah, because they were so fun.
I think that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
And then, but it's kind of weird because this movie takes a dark turn toward that end of that sequence.
It does,
and it takes a really dark turn. And it's like, whoa, where did the tone shift from here?
Yeah, it gets more serious.
Because up until that point, it's all laughs and it's all giggles and it's all played up for fun.
Yeah.
But then when the scientists go into the field and then they separate the sisters, well, we gotta preface with the scientists come in, they see the sisters in trouble, they save their asses.
They rescue them, yeah.
They see that Samantha has some of the symptoms, and one of the scientists is all, I can tell you what they're going to say about her. Let's just do it here.
Yeah, they want to put her down, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. And so they take Regina off to their compound, and they trick Samantha into thinking, we should wait for Hector.
Yeah, because, so Hector, by the way, we didn't mention, Hector's
goes to San Diego.
He's a truck driver, and he wanted to go back to San Diego to see if his mom was still alive.
Yeah.
So he leaves the girls at the radio station
which is why they go to the mall.
Yeah. So.
And then, but once Hector's at his house, there's a knock at the door. Mm-hmm. He opens it, and it's a little kid.
Little zombie kid.
Like growling. And then he goes, and he slams the door in his face. He's like, we don't want none.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the fucking kid just bursts through the door.
I read that, like, they actually had, I don't know if they shot it, but apparently that scene was supposed to be more intense. Like, he's supposed to have a breakdown at his mom's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I kind of wish they had that. But I guess they were trying to make it more campy and fun and not as serious. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, because I think if they would have had that scene where he broke down, at that point in time, I think that would have been the wrong move, because then, like, tonal shifts.
Definitely tonal shift.
And then it would have been, oh, man, like, I don't want to laugh. I want to feel bad for this guy, but
yeah.
I think they knew what kind of movie they wanted to make. Like, we're going to make it like a fun, campy movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it should have been.
Valley Girl meets zombie.
Had this movie been a little bit more serious, I don't think it would have worked as well.
It wouldn't have, yeah. It wouldn't have been as popular, or it wouldn't have had as much of a cult following as it does now, if that was the case.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so so he's down there, and then, like, the girls, after the mall thing, the scientists save them, and then they're split up. So Samantha waits for Hector, but the female scientist, you can tell she's more sympathetic because she gives her a placebo kind of thing. Like, she makes the other scientists think that she's going to put her down, but she doesn't. She gives her the fake whatever that was.
Sodium pentanol.
Yeah. So we think, and that was a good scene because we as the audience think she's like, that's it? Like, whoa. We think like that's the end of Samantha. So Regina's at this other place, and then there's like these two little kids that are running around, and I read that boy was the real son of Doris.
Really?
Yeah. You can kind of tell because they look alike. I just thought that was funny. But so
that's trivia.
Yeah, right. So okay, and then when does Hector comes back in like this classic car with like a cowboy hat on. I don't know like how he got that.
No, he comes back to LA in a Santa outfit.
Oh,
first.
That's right.
With the
Oh
top
yeah,
down.
because the scientist or the female scientist is there. That's right. Yeah, that was funny.
At first when I saw him, I was like, why does that look weird? Because then like you see him driving down LA and then you see like this big white thing reflected in the windshield. I was like, what is that? And
That's
then he
right.
walks in and he's like, ho, 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 I got presents.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
But they're not there. So it's just the female scientist, and she puts herself down, essentially, and dies. And then he finds out that the girls are at that, like, whatever that thing was, that compound that they're in. Yeah. And then Regina starts realizing things aren't right at this compound, so she kind of like escapes, and then they're
what really does it for her is like, where's my sister? And Jeffrey Lewis is like, well, she's dead.
Yeah, what a dick scene at that
moment. He was like, no, she's dead. I can assure you
dead.
It was painless.
Yeah,
but she's dead.
Like,
and
what a dick.
You will be too. And then that's what kind of like
that sets her off. Yeah.
And then she goes, and then the other scientist goes in, and he sees the room all like cluttered, and then she picks up the keyboard and smacks him in the back of his head, which was great.
That was a good scene.
It's like, take that, fucker.
Yeah, right. He was such a dick.
And then she goes out and rescues the kids, and then all of a sudden Hector shows up
with the classic car and like a Texan hat. Yeah,
and a Texas accent. Like,
yeah,
howdy. Like, how do you go? howdy, fella. Come
Something
on
like
over here.
that.
I want to show you something. You like girls? And then he pops open the trunk,
And
there's
Samantha's
a girl
in there. Yeah.
He's all, she's dead. Well, now she's not. She got filled up with sodium pentothal, so she looked dead. And then Samantha comes in, pulls him in, and then he hits him with the back of the head in the trunk. I was like, oh, okay, they didn't kill her off. I thought they honestly killed her off.
I thought they did too.
So I was like, oh shit.
I know. But then, so then they go and then like they all meet up and then this more of the like security scientist people chase them. But then, they get away. And then the ending, I love, okay, let's just talk about this ending because I love the ending. It's a very fast film, I feel like.
No, it's very short.
It's very short, yeah. So I feel like we didn't really get to talk that much about it. But the ending, it's cute. So like Hector
and Regina get married.
Yeah, Hector and Regina, they adopt the 2 kids, and then like Samantha's still single. So by the way, we should back up because the whole time in this movie,
Sam and Reg are fighting over Hector.
But then she could kind of tell like, oh, well, maybe Regina likes, Hector a little more. And funny too because like when they're having that heart-to-heart moment, Samantha's saying how she liked this one guy at her school.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, but he went to Taft. And I'm cracking up because I went to Taft for a year. It's in Woodland Hills. So I was like, oh shit, Taft just got a diss. But yeah, that was funny. So they're kind of having like that sisterly quarrel over Hector. But, Hector's closer to Regina's age, I guess, and they just get along better. So they're together. They adopt the kids. Samantha's still single. And they're all dressed up really nice. And they throw out their guns in the trash, which I thought was dumb. Because what if there is someone else out there? You should have something to protect yourselves. So they throw the guns away.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you do that?
I know, right? And then Samantha's all the way across the street, like yelling at them. And they're waiting for the light to change, even though there's no one there. Like they're trying to teach the kids like a lesson. And then Samantha's like, there's nobody here. So she like starts to cross on the red light, and then out of nowhere this car comes, and I thought like something bad was gonna happen the very first time I saw this.
You know what I thought was gonna happen? I thought it would have been fucking great. Was like she's like in the middle of the road. It's like there's no one fucking here,
and the car runs her over.
Boom! Someone hits her.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen the first time I saw it.
I thought I was
like a cop zombie's in there or something.
Oh, that would have been a nice tie-in with the dream.
Yeah, right.
I was on to like expecting like a semi truck or something. Boom! And then the truck driver would come. I was like, oh my god, I'm sorry. And then it ends right there. It's like, and then Regina goes to the kids like, see kids, you wait for the light.
Yeah. So then like, okay, so the guy, this like cute guy comes in this car and he like screeches the tires, and then Samantha's in the middle of the road and he's like, you shouldn't cross when the light doesn't change or something like that, like trying to give her a lesson. And she like can't believe it. And then she thinks the guy is cute, so he's like, oh, I've got like 20 of these cars, do you want to come hang out? And she's like, sure. So then
Hector's all, well, we don't even know who he is.
Yeah, we don't know
What's
who
his
this guy
name?
is.
Where's
Yeah.
he from?
And then she asks him like 2 quick questions, and she's like, can I go now? And then as you see the car drive, you see the license plate and it says DMK, which was Regina's battle of the arcade. I thought that was like a super cute touch.
Yeah, when I saw that, I bursted up laughing.
Yeah.
I could not stop laughing. I was like, that was hilarious.
It was a cute happy ending.
Well, I just thought that was like a really nice nudge. Would have been even funnier had Regina was started running after the car.
Yeah,
it's like you motherfucker.
Yeah.
So to me, your general impression, like, so when you first saw this movie, as opposed to when you saw it recently. So what was your first thought when you first saw the movie?
When I first saw it, I was like 16. And it was like on the late channel, like late night, AMC or something like that. And I was super into the 80s stuff in high school when I first saw this. So I was like, oh, this is such a fun movie, So I've seen it like many, many times throughout the years, but I rewatched it on Sunday night and I still loved it. Like it takes me back into like kind of what I wanted as a teen, like that life. I don't know. Like I just really identify with the characters, and as different as they are, they're both kind of relatable. So it took me back into like my teens and like my love for this movie. And I don't know, like I always have a good time when I watched it. So my view on this has stayed the same, and I haven't changed like my view at all. I do wish though that the zombie stock boys were in it more. I always say that. And I do wish there were kind of more shots of LA, like them going to more places in LA. But I get it for budget reasons. But that's pretty much it. I still, give this like a 5 out of 5 because I love it.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'd probably give this 5 Z's out of 5 too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I enjoyed it that much. I thought it was hilarious.
Wow.
I even enjoyed it discounted Linda Hamilton, believe it or not.
Oh my God.
I swear to God. Her hair.
Yeah.
It reminded me so much of the Terminator.
They kind of have a masculine jawline too. Like both her and Linda Hamilton have very masculine faces. So I could see that.
And so they're both kind of like, no nonsense.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is like Linda Hamilton. I wonder if they wrote this role for her.
Did you know Heather Langenkamp auditioned for Samantha?
Oh, no way.
Yeah, but Nightmare on Elm Street came out that same time, so yeah.
Oh, man.
Isn't that crazy? I can't see that. I can't see her being Samantha. I can't. She'd be more like whiny, I feel. Like don't get me wrong, I love Heather Langenkamp. I do, but I feel like the girl that played her was just like kind of like that fun.
You know what? I think you're right. I could. Yeah. I mean, see, the thing is when Langenkamp, when she was in Elm Street, she had to go through not only an emotional journey but through a physical journey.
That's true.
And it was, even though it's a horror film, her struggle was serious.
Yeah.
Because she had to go through very dangerous situations, as opposed to here. This one's kind of campy and fun, but they place her in dangerous situations as well. But at that point, you never question if she can survive or not, because you know right off the bat that she is a survivor. Yeah. Unlike Langenkamp, that would have been this role, she probably would have been the scream queen, and then it would have been the younger sister. That would have been taking the reins. So I can totally see that, because then I don't think she needed Nancy before she can do other roles. Yeah, that's true. Because I think as Nancy, you have to work your way up to the final girl. Yeah. As into here, you are the final girl. Literally, you are the final girl.
The last final girls. Yeah. I just thought that was interesting. They're like, whoa, that would have been a totally different movie.
That would have been a different movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it might have been a little bit more. I think it might have been less campy.
Because the girl I can't remember her name, but the girl that plays Samantha, she was in Chopping Mall and
Kelli Maroney.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of fun 80s movies. So, yeah. I really like her. I wish she was in more because she's so much fun.
Yeah, she hasn't done anything post 2007, I don't think. Unlike Regina has done a lot, yeah. She's still active.
Yeah. She has a lot of Lifetime and Hallmark stuff too.
Oh God!
But I wish she had more of a badass career too. Because she was really great. I really liked her.
I think she was in a couple other predominant 80s films too. You know what this movie was? When I saw this last night was my first time viewing. And I shared it on our Instagram, and I shared the scene where the stepmom slugs the stepdaughter. Yeah. Because I just thought that was just oh wow.
You were born with an asshole, Doris. You don't need Chuck. Boom.
I thought that was a great line. Oh my God. And so I watched it, and I was blown away. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting going into this movie. I didn't think I was gonna have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's so fun. You could be by yourself, but this is a movie where it'd be even better if you had a group. But it's just a fun. You don't feel down. It's just a good time. You eat some snacks, watch this.
Do you think when it comes to Doomsday's movies, do you think this one gets overlooked?
I do. Because I've mentioned this film to a lot of people and they haven't heard of it. It has a cult following now. People's reactions to it are oh, that's such a fun film, or my favorite line is the Uzi line. So it does have a cult following, but I still feel it gets overlooked and not a lot of people know about it. That's why I chose this as one of my dog days of summer. But I think because early 80s, you have to look at the sci-fi films that were out at that time, right? Zombies weren't really popular at that time. Those were more 60s, 70s. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, those kind of things.
I think Dawn came out in 79.
Yeah, those 70s. But then you had a lot of end of the world stuff too, right? And those were so serious. So this just kind of takes it onto a new level because it is very campy. It's teenage girls, valley girls. So it's very different. So I think teenagers would love this movie at that time, but I think like the serious like doomsday end of the world people wouldn't like it.
Wouldn't care for it.
Yeah.
Like, why would you make fun of us like that?
Exactly.
That's not cool. Don't you
Yeah.
know we're on like a precipice of nuclear holocaust right now?
It's the end of the world. Get your canned food.
Let's go underneath the bunker in the backyard.
Yeah, those types, like those Bigfoot hunters would not like this movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to see this at a matinee showing somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I think this would play really well. And Scream Factory actually did a Blu-ray of this, too, with a bunch of special features, which I think I might go get.
You gonna get it?
Think so. I think, to me, this is a movie that I've heard about, but I never really given much weight to, because I always think of like, you know, Night of the Comet or like, you know, those Doomsday ones.
Yeah.
When I hear Night of the Comet, I think of like Armageddon,
Yeah.
Deep Impact. So I'm thinking like, I'm gonna get one of those movies. I don't want those.
Right.
But then when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is a genuine surprise. This is like a Doomsday movie mixed with zombies, mixed with Escape from New York.
Yeah, exactly. She had like an eye patch on.
All right. And
yeah,
she
totally.
smokes.
Yeah.
I think this is a really good movie. I had fun. I don't know. I really do think Regina should be someone that is a final girl.
Yeah, totally.
As for Samantha, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I fucking hated Samantha.
Really?
I hated Samantha for like the first half hour of this movie. I thought she was annoying.
Well, because she's supposed to be like the annoying younger sister, you know?
Which I get, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know,
The
credit to her
cheerleader.
for playing up that part
Yeah.
and, you know, making me hate her.
If it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have Buffy.
I don't know. I think we still would have had Buffy, but just in a different way.
It wouldn't have been like a blonde, fun cheerleader.
No, it would have been
The movie Buffy, because the movie Buffy's very different than the Buffy show.
Well, Whedon said that, you know, he actually disowns that movie.
Really?
Yeah, he says like the way that Buffy, that's not my Buffy. That's not the way that I envision Buffy.
I actually like the movie though.
I do too. I don't like the series.
I like the series, but I think like the first two like were good. Then they got kind of dumb after like a while.
Then
Just,
we
like,
start
Angel.
doing Buffy the musical.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, what is this?
No,
you know?
good.
Yeah, but still, like, the Doomsday, like, it people overlook because of that, you know?
Because it's fun and it's
Yeah.
funny.
It's super funny.
This is a genuinely funny movie.
Yeah,
I could not stop laughing.
I know. It's that kind, and that's, like, I don't know, it just puts you in a good mood, and not a lot of, like, Doomsday or horror films or sci-fi films do that.
No, that's for sure. They always leave you on a down note, like, ugh.
Right? This
like,
doesn't.
This sucks.
Yeah.
You know, like I Am Legend, like, you know, when you see that ending, like, oh, this sucks.
Right.
Or like Omega Man, oh, this sucks.
Like, you feel horrible
I was
afterwards.
like, oh man, like,
Yeah.
you know, you walk out of the theater, you're like, ugh, no, I don't want to face it.
Do you wish that this had a sequel? It could have had a sequel.
I don't know,
think.
but where could you go with a sequel?
Because we don't know, the world is so big, you know, like we don't know who else is out there. There could be more zombie people, you know, they could have moved to a different city or a different like place. So there's, I mean, look at Walking Dead for God's sakes. so there's, which you love, that's your favorite show.
Yeah, that's my favorite show. That's like my top 5 right there, yo. Shit. Daryl Dixon for life.
Oh, he's so hot. But yeah, like it could have gone totally. They could have done a sequel. I think it wouldn't have been the same though. You know, I think if they were to do, because I mean, you have to like Escape from New York, Escape from LA. You know.
Yeah, you know, to me, and I feel like if they did a sequel to this movie, I think that they would have diminished the charm that the first one had.
Yeah.
Because the first one had like tremendous charm, and if you try to top that with a sequel,
I don't think you would have been able to.
I don't think you would have been able to capture that.
I think it could have been possible to do a sequel, but it wouldn't have. You know.
I mean, the only way I could see the sequel is if they went all in on Samantha's transformation, and then so by the time we meet her. By the time we get into it, so it's like, say it's like 5 years later, right? Mm-hmm. Samantha's already turned, right? The kids are older. Reg
Oh, yeah,
and Hector are, they're still going through it, but they're
Yeah.
struggling because they're struggling what to do with Samantha.
Yeah.
That's her sister, but Hector's all like, she might turn on us at any fucking minute.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's going on. And I feel like if you do that, you kind of lose that charm, and you lose the campiness, and then you make it a serious film.
Yeah. It wouldn't
So
have been
I
the
don't
same.
think it would have been good, because I don't even think you can call it Night of the Comet 2. You couldn't. You wouldn't be able to.
Life of the Comet.
Life after?
Life after the comet. Yeah. After the comet.
Life after the comet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that, but to me, I feel like you couldn't do a sequel. Just wouldn't work. A remake...
Oh, don't even. I was just going to ask that, though.
Wait. A remake wouldn't work either, because look at the times that we're in.
But I feel like they want to remake this movie. I
Did
mean,
you-
they
I don't-
remade Valley Girl, for God's sake.
Did they?
Yeah, with that girl from Happy Death Day.
What?
Yeah.
When?
They're done. It hasn't come out yet, but they're done. And that
Are
stupid YouTuber Logan Paul is in it, too.
You sure?
I'm absolutely 100% sure.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
going to have to fact check you on that.
I could tell you right now.
Because I haven't heard of that.
Not a
Valley
lot
Girl.
of people have, but I was on it because, like I said, I love Valley Girl. And yeah, let me see.
I don't think.
Yeah, 2018. Logan Paul. What's that girl's name?
Jessica Rose.
Yeah, she plays the lead. It was supposed to come out June 28th of this year,
I wonder
but
why they got pushed back.
something got pushed back.
Oh.
It says as of March. It says it's looking for another release date.
I wonder. Well, didn't Logan Paul? Never mind. We'll get into that later.
But
Off
yeah.
air.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they are gonna remake this one day.
I don't think it would work though, because here's the problem with that. Because if you remake this, you won't make this funny. You won't make it campy. You wouldn't know what kind of movie to make. You would make this a serious teen movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious. Like,
Yeah,
they
I know.
would make it serious.
Yeah,
And this is not a serious movie to begin with.
I know.
And
But
so
a lot of 80s films were like that. Like, they weren't meant to be. They were just fun. Like, now I feel we've lost that appeal in a lot of films, and everything pretty much is a remake these days.
Well, I just think
And
the fun factor of movies is just lost now.
It has lost.
on movies, and I think
Yeah.
that with a remake, I don't think you can find the starlets to actually portray that kind of charm.
Yeah, I don't think it would be White Valley Girls. I think they would do something else. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I should actually look this up and see if they are, because I remember a couple years ago I thought, like, I heard that they were gonna remake this.
I heard the rights were with Universal, but I don't know if they're gonna. I don't think they have any plans on making it.
I really hope not. They've already remade like all my other favorites, so
They listen to this podcast, like, hey, you know what? That's a good idea.
no, don't do it. Leave it alone.
It's like, oh, that's a good idea.
Leave it alone.
Instead of LA, let's do New York.
Oh, God.
Instead of New York, let's do Miami. Oh.
No.
Instead of Miami, let's do Chicago.
No.
Pittsburgh. Philadelphia.
Slovenia.
Seattle. Do Seattle. Hell yeah. Right there.
Seattle I could see because it's like gloomy, you know? But you wouldn't have that cool orange glow of LA. So
But that wasn't even glow. That was just smog.
no, but glows like
I
this.
know that was a joke.
I know, but like it's green. Like the smog is green glow now. It's not even like brown pollution. Like, oh my god, it's so bad.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't fucking remake this movie or else I'll kill you. That's a threat. And
Gonna have to censor that. I'm gonna have to just put like a beeper over you. Like,
wow.
beep, beep, beep. We here at Bump in the Night take censorship very seriously, so we are going to censor everything Elysa says from now on.
What is this? The White House?
Well, technically, this is a White House.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. A remake to me just doesn't work. Because you just, I don't think there's a young cast out there that could pull this off.
I know.
And I don't think that there's, unless it was Joss Whedon actually
No.
Wait, just hear me out. Unless it was Whedon remaking, since you said that this was an influence on him.
Yeah.
Unless it was him, I can totally see it being pulled off. Because the humor, the action, the science, the sci-fi, I think he has all the ingredients to pull it off.
Yeah. Or they would get like Judd Apatow and have like Seth Rogen and James Franco.
No, I hate those guys.
know. We're going to have to censor that, Johnny.
No, this is my show.
Wow. Not ours.
No, it's mine now.
Mine.
All mine.
Harry's.
Yeah, right?
All right, so, I mean, final thoughts. This is a really good movie. This is Bump of the Night approved.
Oh,
right?
It gets an approval. Okay.
Yeah, Bump of the Night approved.
I mean, every...
I said that earlier.
Every film, though, we've talked about has pretty much been approved, right?
No.
What hasn't been approved?
Fly 2 and Antiviral.
You liked the Fly 2 and you liked Antiviral.
But I gave them 3. I didn't give them like 4 or 5.
So it needs to have a 4 or 5 to get that
to high,
bump in the night stamp, like A+, good week,
we
stars.
need to come up with a stamp too.
Oh my god.
So, but hey, with this one, I mean,
okay, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you liked this one.
You're disappointed. I can see it.
No,
I can see it now.
No, I'm happy.
Like, oh my god.
No, I'm happy that you liked this one. I am.
This one's a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's our Dog Days of Summer, and those are movies that we feel like are not appreciated.
Yeah.
Fly 2, Antiviral,
Night of the Comet, Behind the Mask.
Which I wanted to say something about Antiviral really quick. I think, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna say that's a topic for another day. But anything else?
No, I'm. That was fun to do. Like I'm glad 3 of mine got picked. But September's over. I can't believe it. This is the last Friday of September.
Yeah. Hey, it's
Yeah.
empty anyway. We got a cat around here just in case you're wondering what's going on.
Yeah, she's a little Helian, trying to knock everything over.
Yeah, and so
But yeah, next week's October, so we are starting our
30
lists. 31.
31.
15 each, right?
15 each, and then 1 wild card each. So
Okay.
Halloween night, the only rule is that on Halloween night it has to be on Halloween.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
So I got most of mine done. Did you?
I have one more I need to pick. Because
One
I'm
more?
at like a tie. Like, do I... Because there's a really, really bad one, but it's one of those campy, guilty pleasure kind of one. So I'm like, should I add this in there?
Why not?
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Because it's so bad, but it's so bad it's like fun to watch. So I might add it. We'll see.
You might add it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for Johnny Zuko.
And I'm gonna do a vote on my name here because
Okay.
so you came up with the Crypt Keeper's Mistress, which I love.
like. I like.
do really like it, but it is long and it kind of is hard for me to say at times.
It's like a tongue twister.
It's a tongue Crypt. So it is hard to say, but I also like Ginger Snap because I'm a redhead and I love the Ginger Snap cookie and I love the Ginger Snaps movie. And I just feel like that's a fun name. So I'm trying to think, like, should that be it or should it still be?
What happens when you go blonde?
I'm not, though.
Then she'll change it.
Then I'll change it
Because
To
women
what?
are allowed to change their mind.
because I'm like a chameleon. I don't know, a blondie.
So what would you? I'm just curious.
Has to be like blondie something. Like, I don't know. I don't plan to anytime soon, though.
Oh my god, you
So.
guys, women, they kill me.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so no, we're not changing the name.
What?
We're not changing the name.
Why do you... Crypt Keeper's Mistress
The Crypt
is
Keeper's
hard.
Mistress.
Ginger
hard.
Snap is the crypt.
See, you can't even say it. She
It's
can't
not
even
my
say
fault.
it.
She can't say it.
Keeper's Mistress.
The Crypt Keeper's Mistress.
Now you know the crypt.
She can't say it. It's so hard to say.
Keeper's Mistress real name.
Let's do
is
a
Ginger
vote.
Snap.
Let's do a vote on Instagram
Okay.
and see if anyone responds. And yeah, let's do a vote and see like whoever You know.
Which, by the way, I'm gonna block.
Oh, come on. Come on.
I'm gonna veto that shit right now.
What does our producer think? What do you think?
Doesn't matter what she thinks.
I think you should change your name.
To Ginger Snap?
I like Ginger Snap.
Okay.
I don't like
But
it.
maybe in the comments,
Why don't you like it?
Maybe in the comments people can make suggestions too.
Okay, we
I
could
do
throw.
like Ginger Snap.
We
But
could throw.
If you
Why
make
don't
suggestions,
you like it?
they gotta be horror themed.
But Ginger Snap is horror themed.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking
Oh
to
my God.
I'm talking to the Instagrammers out there that gotta be
I'm
commenting.
gonna lock you in the bathroom again,
You're
and
gonna
we
put
won't
the
let
joint
you
on
out.
back.
Right? Won't let me out this time.
We'll trick them. I'm all, come here, look at this.
Right?
Push
Boom.
him in and then close the door.
He does like an Eric Stoltz door kick. Okay, why don't you like it though?
I'm just giving you a hard time.
You always give me a hard time, man.
So
But it has
So
to be
we'll-
horror related
it has to
if
you
you do have suggestions.
if you have suggestions, it's gotta be horror related.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's the only rule. You know what I mean? That's it. Don't make fun.
I'm not making fun.
You're making fun trying
No,
the way I
I'm not.
talk.
I'm
the
not.
fuck?
Talk.
Hey, I'm gonna throw my floss at you.
You from New York?
Ew, what?
Ew, why do you have floss?
Why do you have so random?
What kind of floss?
Oral B.
Butt floss.
Butt floss? Some butt floss?
Worse. Oral B butt floss.
Oh God! All right, I gotta cut this before
All
it
right.
gets any worse.
Okay.
Johnny
The
Zuko,
Reamer's mistress.
the creepers, the crypt keeper's
can't even
mistress.
say it
No, it's because you guys
So
are
for this
distracting
No, you
me.
can't say it
It
either.
is the boogeyman
And the
Ginger
crypt keeper's
Snap.
mistress.
Ginger Snap.
For our short, I'm still introducing you as the crypt keeper's mistress.
Oh my god.
There's no pleasing
No.
this man.
You're blonde tomorrow. Doesn't make
I'm
sense.
not
to me.
blonde tomorrow. I've been a redhead for a couple months now.
Oh my God.
And I plan to stay that way.
I'm talking about when we film, you're gonna be blonde.
Yeah, but it's a wig I'm using.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to call you Ginger Snaps if you're blonde.
Anyways, everybody, we'll see you next
Does that
time.
not make sense?
Stay
All right.
scary, everybody.
Bye.
Scary.
Oh,
Snap.
God.